All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into that critical moment when a kind-hearted boy gets shoved onto a truly brutal path. It's a story that all starts with a promise made in total desperation, and it leads to the insane trials you have to face to become a demon slayer.
And it all kicks off with this one single promise. Look, this isn't just some vague goal, it's an oath. An oath that's going to fuel every single step of what seems like an absolutely impossible quest.
So right off the bat, there's a huge practical problem. His sister, Nezuko, is now a demon, right? And for demons, sunlight is lethal. So how in the world are you supposed to travel during the day when your companion is going to get vaporized by the sun?
And this solution, it tells you so much about Tanjiro's character. He doesn't just panic, he immediately starts problem solving. He finds a broken basket, makes sure to pay the guy for it, and then has this brilliant and honestly kinda absurd idea to just ask his demon sister to get smaller. And she does. It's this perfect mix of cleverness and tenderness that shows you he's so much more than just a kid driven by grief. So his journey to find a mentor leads him up this dangerous mountain to a temple that's supposed to be abandoned. And of course, as night falls, he walks straight into his very first real test as a protector.
Inside, he finds a demon in the middle of a meal. It's just a shocking, terrifying scene. And the power gap between this monster and a boy who's armed with not much more than courage, man, it's immediately and painfully obvious.
Let's be real, Tanjiro is completely outmatched here. I mean, he actually lands a hit with his hatchet, but to the demon, it's just a little scratch that heals in seconds. This thing is faster, it's stronger, and it's regenerating. And in this fight, Tanjiro's greatest strengths, his kindness, his empathy, they are actually liabilities. He hesitates, and that hesitation nearly gets him killed.
The battle is a complete disaster. Nezuko has to jump in and save him, and she kicks the demon's head clean off. But then it just keeps talking and grows new arms from its head. Tanjiro is totally frozen, he has no idea how to finish it, and then suddenly a mysterious figure in a goblin mask just appears out of nowhere.
And this stranger? Well, it turns out he's Sakonji Urokodaki, the very master Tanjiro was sent to find. But his first lesson isn't some cool swordsmanship technique. Nope, it's a harsh, cold dose of reality. Urokodaki immediately zeroes in on Tanjiro's fatal flaw. He tells him, point blank, "You're too indecisive." Even when he's face to face with a monster, Tanjiro still has this scent of kindness, and that empathy made him hesitate. He couldn't bring himself to crush the demon's head with a rock, and in Urokodaki's eyes, that failure to act is his greatest weakness.
And then Urokodaki lays out the stakes with this chilling clarity. This is not a game. He forces Tanjiro to face the absolute worst-case scenario. This is the weight he has to carry now. The responsibility for his sister's actions is his own, and the price of failure is everything.
So, with that unbelievably heavy burden now sitting on his shoulders, Urokodaki doesn't start with sword training, he starts with a test of pure will and survival.
Tanjiro is already exhausted, but at first he thinks it'll be simple. He's like, no problem, not with my sense of smell. He's already memorized Urokodaki's scent. But oh boy, he learns very, very quickly that this mountain is specifically designed to break him.
First off, the air is super thin, so it's hard to even breathe, let alone run. Then, the ground is just littered with traps, pitfalls, logs, you name it. He has to use his nose not just to find the path, but to actually sniff out the specific scent of man-made traps and physically wear himself out dodging them, all while racing the sunrise. It's a test of his body, his spirit, and that one unique skill he has.
And somehow, he makes it. Battered, bruised, totally gasping for air, Tanjiro collapses at the foot of the mountain just as the sun comes up. And as he arrives, Urokodaki is reading a letter that pretty much explains everything. The letter is from Giyu Tomioka, the demon slayer who first found Tanjiro and Nezuko. And it lays out exactly why this kid is special. He's got this raw courage, a deeply personal motivation, and a rare skill, that incredible sense of smell. Giyu basically says he believes this combination gives Tanjiro the potential to break through where so many others have failed.
So having passed this brutal test of survival, and with this crucial endorsement in hand, Urokodaki finally, formally accepts him. Tanjiro has proven his resolve, and now the real training, the path to actually becoming a demon slayer, can begin.
And that's really the question that hangs over everything, isn't it? He passed the physical trial for sure, but Urokodaki's very first criticism still rings true. How can a boy who radiates a scent of kindness, even towards monsters, learn to kill without hesitation? That's the fundamental conflict he has to face on his path to save his sister.